Trubor Nagaslem Jong Nongsan Hima.
Bentri Gatrat Elekai ka Sarkar Pleng Kiren Rijiju la Plie Tylli Projek jo ka Sai Training Center ka badan North Eastern Hill University ya ka South Kuala Lumpur Arajar Arphuwei. Kinegi kentup ya ka synthetic athletic track ka modern artificial turf ba ka jaga sa jongi khana kan thei. Kene ka project jo ka Sai ka dei ka blakot chedu san phau clothing ka ha ka ba ka kentup langru ya ka jakai la kai siat khnam madani la kai football natural ground multi-purpose hall ki Tylli ki jaga sa jong ki khanna ki jaga sa jong ki nong trei ki coach ko office ba ki wei ki badang hab ban pendab agane ki ski lai don lang regional director jong ka sai Guwahati Dr Subhash Basumatari ka deputy commissioner jong ki East Khasi Hills kong Isawanda Lalu ka director ka Tanat Elekai kong WAM booth bat ki wei ki he officer
in association with the support of the government of Meghalaya, Department of Sports and Youth Affairs. Subsequently, this was renamed as Sai Sports Training Center in between, and finally, now it is known as Sai Training Center. It's no more a Sports Training Center. It's a Sai Training Center. So uniformly in the whole country, under the leadership of Present Minister Rijiju sir, this has been made as a uniform throughout the country. There will not be any more special area games, neither the sports training center. It is known as the Sai Training Center throughout the country. As because of the COVID situation, prevailing situation, we are unable to resume the training here for the last 9 months now. And we are planning to resume the training by this month, provided the state COVID protocol allow us. That's what we're waiting for. But we are planning ahead in consultation with the Department of Sports and also Health Department and the District Administration. We are planning for the resumption of the training. So this project has been, it's about 50 crore now. Whatever we've seen it, we have here in the FOP, we have football, synthetic, we have a track and field, where the field also will have a natural football ground. We have an archery range on the other side. We have 2 hostels, 100 bedded each for boys and girls. We have officers' quarter, we have 4 coaches' quarter, and around another 4 staff quarter. This is what we have at the moment, and as you all know, it is almost in the 5,000 feet height. I think probably this can also be utilized by us for a high altitude training purposes, all the FOP that existed presently. So the ground, all other structures, you have seen it here, or shortly you are going to have a inspection. Those have been taken care of by the CPWD. And this land has been given by the NEHU sometime back in the year of 2003. If I could recall, I think probably it was the 15th October. And I was the fortunate that I myself have signed the MOU with the then VC Professor Miri. And thereafter the execution of the whole project has taken up in the year of 2007, and today you have seen all these facilities. We are requiring a little more additional in future. Probably we need to have the sports science unit, maybe a couple of more, I think probably quarters for the staff and coaches, because most of the coaches are coming from the outside. It would be good that within the campus, if it has been created for them, it would be easy for us to go ahead with the training effectively.
19-20 months, I have taken so many decisions which are unprecedented, and most of you should not face problem in future. We have made provisions to recruit you when you retire or when you don't play actively. You will be involved in sporting activities. You will be recruited as a coach in the SAI. You will be engaged in various Khelo India centers. We are establishing 1,000 Khelo India centers across the country. So most of the sports person should not be left unemployed. So many things are being taken. My Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has been very, very proactive in supporting all necessary things for the promotion of sports and sports person in our country. So it's good for us, and many of you will play for India, play for your state. You will bring laurels for the country, and also to ensure that you also inspire many more amongst your colleagues, friend circle, family, and make India truly a sporting nation. We have to make India a great sporting nation. For that, we have planned many, many things. As I said, I don't want to count it here, but decisions which have been taken are going to have far-reaching consequences in terms of improving the sports culture in our country. We are launching Fit India movement also. I want everybody, whether it's a young, old man, woman, everybody should be fit. So Prime Minister Modi ji had launched Fit India campaign last time. So now Fit India movement has become a people's movement. So there are lots of changes in the country. It's good for our country. A nation with unfit people cannot be a great nation. So we have to ensure that we are physically, mentally fit so that we can make our country fit, strong, prosperous. This is possible only if we desire, if we have the commitment to fulfill the vision that India must be not only rich, prosperous, but a great sporting nation. We have planning to visit this side training center here in Shillong. Last time when I came here, I met some of the coaches in the guest house. So I inquired about the facilities and the conditions of this particular sports center. They brought certain things in my notice, and I realized that we require to do some more thing for Shillong, because Shillong is not only a beautiful place, but the location is very suitable for various sports. This place is not very high in terms of altitude, but sufficient enough to be declared as a high altitude training center. It may be close to 5,000 feet or maybe slightly below that, but this is very appropriate. And this can be a permanent location, because normally high altitude training centers are temporary in nature. But this location is very appropriate to be a permanent center, as well as certain athletes can come here for acclimatization to be trained in the higher altitude. We have very few high altitude centers in India, one in Silaru near Shimla. Now one here in Shillong. We have some locations in South India, in Uti and towards the Nilgiri hill side. And I'm also planning to have few more, maybe in Meghalaya, maybe in Arunachal Pradesh, and Aizawl also is having a good altitude. We can have varieties of disciplines here. And today I've realized that this is a very good property also, and the location also is very nice. I must thank the university authorities for having an agreement with the Sports Authority of India, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports. So in the future, since we have such a lovely center, such a lovely facilities, we must utilize it fully. Of course, right now, because of the COVID situation, things are not very normal. I could see very few athletes, young athletes, some of them from archery, karate, and maybe from some other sports discipline. I could not interact with them yet fully. But when it is fully functional, I think this will be a location where you can see lots of activities. Since we have many sports disciplines being included in this center, we can have a large number, because we have 2 hostels of 100 athletes, the capacity. So we can have many more athletes. I could see some local boys and girls from Meghalaya are here. But since this is a very good training center, we can have players from other states also. As I said, for the purpose of training in the higher altitude, we can have players from other states coming for a few period of time, say 1 month, 2 months, to make themselves used to in higher altitude training. So Meghalaya and whole of Northeast has a huge potential. We have seen some of the very international level players from this region, but due to lack of proper training and maybe more than that, we don't have proper scouting of talent at a young age. Contribution from Northeastern region. The 8 states in Northeast can really contribute 25-30% of the total medalists for the India in Olympics. So as the society moves ahead, as the society progresses, the sporting activities will automatically grow more and more because it's a huge industry. The amount of employment the sports industry generates, from the manufacturing of sporting goods to the event management, event organization, tournament, it's a huge industry. It generates not only employment but very, very high level of revenue generation through the sports. Sports is one of the largest industry. If you see in the developed countries, it's a huge industry. And wherever country progresses more, their progress in sports also proportionately increases, because that is the sign of human progress. Sporting activities, adventure activities, these are sign of human progress. The more society progresses, the more you will see more activities in sports and adventure. The Northeast is gifted in that sense, and Meghalaya is one of the finest locations in India, not only in Northeast. The entire this plateau from Shillong right up to far away Bangladesh border and towards eastern and western side, it's an amazing land. I'm also trying to grant some more funds from my other ministry, Ministry of Minority Affairs. I have granted certain amount already, but I'm looking forward. I have told my secretary to approve more schemes for sports from Ministry of Minority Affairs. From the Youth Affairs and Sports we will be doing more, but I want to use from the other ministry also. And we have included sports in the NEC. So NEC also can sanction money for the sports and adventure. It was not there, but I had insisted that it must be there because youth and sports activities is crucial for any society. So NEC also must do certain funding for creation of sports infrastructure. So I will again ask the NEC director and minister donor to grant more facilities for the our young generation. Now we know that we have potential. We keep talking about potential, but potential can be realized only when we do something concrete on the ground. So this inauguration of this football ground and the athletic track, both I have seen good quality. Of course the athletic ground is not complete because we have to lay the ground in the middle segment, and of course the other required facilities are also required. Just merely laying a track alone is not enough. There are certain things more are required to be done. We will see what else can be done, but I can assure our the officers from state government and the officials from the STC here that after some time we will try to assess that what else can be done for this center, because I could very well see the potential of this center, and we will have a good understanding with the university people so that we can really create this particular facility as one of the center of excellence in the country. This should be known across the country that it has a not only good climate and good facility, but the inherent training facilities can be created here so that we can have many more international players getting trained under this particular SAI center.
Sincerest gratitude to the Honorable Minister of State, Shri Kiren Rijiju, for prioritizing the state of Meghalaya for improvement, augmentation and development of sports and sports infrastructure in the state. The sports facilities in the Science Training Center, inaugurated here today, is one of the many efforts made by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports for the upliftment of the sports ecosystem in Meghalaya. 60% of Meghalaya's population comprise of young people aged under 29 years. The development of sports infrastructure such as this would stand to tremendously benefit their wholesome growth and empowerment. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, through the flagship Khelo India scheme, have been engaging the entire country positively and constructively. The government of Meghalaya has benefited greatly on several fronts, such as the accordance of the accreditation of the JN Stadium Sports Complex as a center of excellence. This will enable the state government to provide the best sports amenities and infrastructure, along with professional and experienced sports coaches and resources. There is support in organization of several sports competition and programs throughout the state under the Sports for Peace and Development vertical of the Khelo India scheme. The state government has been working relentlessly for the improvement and development of sports infrastructure in the state to make sports and physical activity available and accessible to all has been one of the key driving factors for the Meghalaya government under the leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad K. Sangma, and our Honorable Sports Minister, Shri Bandedor Lingdor. The Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, through the Khelo India scheme, has had a significant role to play in helping the state government achieve that goal by sanctioning several sports infrastructure development proposals spread across various districts in the state. It is also noteworthy that through the support and intervention of the Honourable Minister of State, Shri Kiren Rijiju, through the Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India, has sanctioned projects for the development and upgradation of sports infrastructure in Tura, West Kara Hills. Once again, on behalf of the Government of Meghalaya, I hereby extend our deepest gratitude for supporting Meghalaya to achieve its vision of empowering its youth through sports and becoming a state of world-class sports infrastructure.